Hello, my lovely. This case, the Nancy Guthrie case, is moving faster than a truth train. I'm just telling you, so much is absolutely like moving. There was a tent in front of Nancy's door. There's our announcements. Oh, we're live. Oh, welcome to 1111 True Crime. Happy to be here with you. I hope you're doing well. If you're good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. And hold on real quick. Let me make sure. Yeah, got that muted. A lot of buttons to click, right? And in this case, you guys, there's been a lot of information that's like, what's that? Like, OMG, they found a pair, two gloves. So those have been sent off for testing. This is just so much. So yes, we have a live audience. Let me welcome everybody in. We have a replay crew. I have refreshed the replay lounge. Pick whatever you want. It's all yours. And I want to thank you so much to my live audience for jumping in on a live with me again today. Yesterday we covered a little bit of a different angle on the Nancy Guthrie case, and we did face mapping. Yes, you heard me. Face mapping, something that I learned from an old school ex-FBI guy that taught me how to map out a face. Doesn't always mean that just because it's a match that it's the person. It simply means that they match. So is it someone that looks like that person? Here comes a truth train. Maybe it is that person, but we don't want to just stop with one. So today we have a lot going on. I have a new video that TMZ just released. It's not from the FBI or anybody like that. Is from TMZ that shows an individual that's 5 miles away at 1:52 a.m. and he's dressed very closely. If not, it's hard to tell, but it looks very close. We're gonna have to take a closer look to the way that the masked intruder was over at Nancy Guthrie's. Now we've got the timing issues that of when did all this really take place? Well, we're going to get into the timing of could that person have made it over and been on that front porch in time. We're going to get into that. We're also, now, for those of you that didn't watch yesterday, you're going to want to go watch that after today's lives. We're going to do 3 lives in a row. This one today, we're also going to be talking, we talked about DE yesterday, which is TOMMASO'S, Annie Guthrie's husband's bandmate that social media and a lot of the sleuths are looking at very seriously as possibly a person of interest. Just seems sus. Well, we did a facial mapping of him yesterday. That was shocking. It was quite incredible to get the feedback from all of you. I told you in the video what my opinion was, but that didn't matter, that I wanted your opinion. And I don't know if I really revealed my opinion, but if you pay attention, I let on that it feels solid. But that doesn't mean that's who it is, so we have to keep looking. We have Tommaso. I want to look at him today. I want to do face mapping on him. I'm thinking tomorrow, I know it sounds crazy, but a lot of people think that that man that's masked could really be a padded female. Something about them eyes, right? Could it be Annie Guthrie? I don't know. So tomorrow we'll be doing a lot of that. Now, in what's been going on, they have been doing a lot of what I call grid searching for apparent articles outside Nancy Guthrie's whole terrain. They're just like yesterday's, we're back searching her front yard. I'm like, this is like being reversed in the way I would have done things. But hey, I'm not an investigator. I'm just an armchair sleuth. I want to say hello to everybody before we start breaking this down. I can't wait to show you the new video from TMZ. Hey, Tickety Boo Zozo, how are you? Nikki UK, Jennifer Swain. Spilled paint furniture. Flippers. I always have to slow down when I say it. Good to see you. Hi, Glenn. He says Savannah Guthrie's husband is Michael Feldman. I thought his name was Mark. I don't know anymore. Maybe she had more than one husband. He protects, blah, blah, yeah. Okay, thank you for sharing your opinion. I don't have the knowledge to even go there, but I do appreciate your opinion. Good morning, Angela. Good to see you. Person was deaf, padded out. That's why people are saying, could it be a female? So I'm not going to lock in until we continue to do this, and we can look at all different ones. Vicky says, I agree, a woman was caught on the Nest Cam. A lot of people think so. The face you didn't map was Annie's. Correct, we'll do that. Today we're going to do a more formal, because the first time I showed you guys, it was just kind of like, a little bit. Today I'm going to show you the real way we do it, and we're going to be looking at Tommaso. Tomorrow we'll be looking at Annie. Knowing Samantha, when I first saw the photos, I felt they were Annie's eyes, but DE looks to match very well too. It'll be interesting to weigh it all out. I think the person has light-colored eyes with how bright they came out in the night cam. Will you listen to a psychic? Darby, it's not that I won't listen to a psychic, it's that I honestly prefer to just stay in my own lane. I do tarot, I pull cards, and I get my hunches, and I'm going to do my own thing. But I appreciate you asking. You've been thinking Annie? Well, we'll see tomorrow what you guys think on that. Hello, Jan Funk, my love. Good to see you. All right, you guys, let's get into this. Hi, Karen from Wales. My face mapping was amazing. Well, let's see if I can do it again today. All right, let's get on to this video. First of all, I need to make sure and very, very clear, this is fair use only. It's under a 2-minute clip. This site and content made available through the site are for educational and informational purposes only. Fair use notice given. All right, let me shrink that down, but we are, for legal purposes, going to put that right above TMZ. This is all credit due to TMZ.
In play. This video was shot at 1:52 in the morning at a home 5 miles from Nancy Guthrie's house. You see a man in the video both wearing a backpack and holding a backpack. The backpack that he is holding has reflective stripes similar to the backpack that the kidnapper was wearing at Nancy's door. It's unclear from the video exactly where those reflective stripes are located, but they are reflective stripes. And we know and reported yesterday that this is a Walmart backpack, which is fairly common. The man appears to try and open a gate at a residence, and he is unable to do it. So he leaves at 1:53. Now, timing here is critical.
Okay. Let's look at this closer, you guys. Okay, where is it? All right. The jacket is open. It's unzipped. But I'm not seeing... When you look at this other person, they have a stripe that goes across, like right across their chest is that like dark strip. But you can see in this picture, let me go ahead and grab a picture, a screenshot of this so that we can mark on it and we can make it bigger. All right. Let's make it much, much bigger, darling. I'm not sure what that line is. Is that part of the backpack? Yes. Okay. They have blurred his face out. Let me see if we can maybe brighten this up a little bit just so I can see what's going on here. Let's make the colors. So we're going to pick something. The car in front there is almost black. So we know to make it black. Let's sharpen it a tiny bit. It's missing, in my humble opinion, this jacket is missing that stripe that goes across here. Not saying that there wasn't two people, because now I'm starting to think there might have been two people. But when we go here, and then we come back up here, or heck, this is even a better picture of the stripe. Whoops, I'm dropping dots everywhere, aren't I? Just from our old work boards. Okay. Let's get rid of my line. You see where I'm coming from? Where's the line? See this line right here? It goes like this across the jacket. But you don't have that line through here. So is this, now look at this. Is this something tied around him? Here's a string. I don't think so. I think it's part of the print of the jacket, but I don't know for sure. I mean, if it's something tied around him through here, then it might not be tied around at all on this jacket. But that's the difference I see right away. The other thing was, I believe I don't know though. I don't know. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Lee says, I feel like two people if she had to be carried out. I agree. I believe you would need two people if alive or even passed away, right? I imagine she gave them a hard time if to see she weighed a lot. You think it's a woman in the first video, spirit soul? You say, I'm trying to catch, chat's flying. Roaming Ramble, the lion could be a band holding the backpack on. The line could be a band holding the backpack on to just secure it. Could be. Wow, Walmart backpack they are very common. You're right. Linda, you could get the goat. A man, a woman, and the getaway driver. Let's do it. Let's do it. Goat! I believe it's 3 or more, y'all. I really, really do. Margaret says the other jacket had that as an art of design, but he could have changed clothes. Okay, all right. Well, that is the video, you guys. Do you want to watch it? Do you want to watch it one more time? Okay, let's see. Let's duplicate this. That way we can get rid of all of the good stuff that we were working on, but we don't really lose it. And let's see. Let's go real slowly. And then we'll move on. This guy favors his left leg funny, like he has a bad knee. Watch this. Let's watch it.
Was shot at 1:52 in the morning.
He leans every time. What I can tell you, even if this individual is not related, it appears that this guy, every time he takes a step with his left foot, he leans into it. Let's see what you think. Let's back him up.
This video was shot at 1:52 in the morning at a home 5 miles from Nancy Guthrie's house.
Okay. So he tries to put the backpack over and open the gate, but he can't get in. This dude looks like he has bigger legs to me. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Does he have bigger legs? Modern Muse, hello lovely. Thank you for coming on live. The face mapping was awesome. Well, let's get into the face mapping. I'm going to leave you with that. That is the new video. Now, we did face mapping yesterday on Dominic Evans, who's the band member of Tommaso, who is married to Annie Guthrie, who is the daughter of Nancy Guthrie, who is the one disappeared. In that, you will need to see it for yourself. It's one of those moments. I don't do clickbait, but if you don't see it yourself, you won't believe it. You've got to see that yourself. So make sure, let me go show you what that looked like. Let's get that on the screen so that you can check out that video. I'm just saying. Oh, I've got it all out of whack. Hold on. There we go. Check the video out because we're about to do another part. Doesn't matter what order you watch them in. Leaning to the left because that backpack is heavy. Could be. Absolute Results LLC. Hello, welcome to the channel. Could be right. Patty says, woo, Patty. I can't hardly read, hun, when it's caps because I have dyslexia and I can't separate the letters. That picture of guy at Nancy's house, the clothes he's wearing is not the actual colors. Okay, I'm just going to let you know it's not just a black and white. It's actually night vision, right? You think they have several layers the way the creases are. I agree. And were they padded so that they appear to be a male? This is interesting. All right, let's get into this. So that's what we did. Now, today, we're going to work on Tommaso. So let me give you just a look-see. We'll do a real quickie of the band member that is in, that is in the band with Tommaso. And we'll just transition him real quick, but make sure to go watch that video. I'm just taking away the other picture and layering it on top. Now we'll go back the other way. We'll take the mask guy back to, there you've got an in-between overlay. And then we go with another overlay. That's a very telling, right? I'm not saying it's him, but if it's not, somebody that looks like him. Now, that is not the mapping. That is just the transitioning. I'll show you the mapping real quick. This is what we did. We mapped out Dominic Evans' face, and then we transitioned it onto the mask. And so today I wanted to do the same thing with Tommaso. Allison says, Mama D, if you watch the vid clip again of the person at Nancy's front porch, when the person grabs the shrubbery, they seem to me to look at and possibly speak to someone off camera behind the wall. Oh, that could be. I kind of thought they were just looking for something to grab. I don't know, though. Maybe. The second bag could have become the decoy clothes. Could be. Roaming Ramble. Hello, lovely. What are the chances of two in the same neighborhood, the same hour, on the same night? Look at his eyebrows. They look plucked, and he has natural eyelashes. Right, Patty? That's true. You think Annie helped? I think tomorrow will be interesting to see if she transitions and maps out too. But I can't make my final decision, even though I feel, we only got one done. And that was pretty interesting. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to take Tommaso's face, which is the same proportion as the, I've made it the very same proportion as this person. And so we've got apples to apples. They're both looking almost the same placements. What we're going to do is we'll go over here. We're going to get our green. And I want to make this a little bit bigger. Whoa, maybe not so big. Maybe not so big. I guess I can't. It's like either huge or not at all. How's that? Okay. We're going to just find the center of Mr. Tommaso's eyeballs. Now, I don't even breathe when I do this, so if I'm quiet, when I'm doing face mapping, it's because I'm concentrating, but I'll try to talk. We got the center of that one. And the center of that one. Keep in mind, we can open our eyes bigger and we can make them smaller. So we're just going to be measuring a few things out. Those are the center. Let's change it back to red. We're going to use red for the eyebrows. Let's use yellow for the measurement of the eye. Now, Tommaso has very slit eyes, so it's very hard. But if I had to be a guess, and I always go under, okay? And then if he had gunk in his eye, where would it go? It'd be there. That one's very clear. And then this one is quite downward. And now let's get the bottom of the eyelid. And to be honest, his pupils are covered almost halfway by his eyelids, so there's no point in marking them. Now let's go ahead and do just the tip of his nose. Wait, well, we can use yellow for this. We'll use red for the eyebrows. We'll go the width of the nose, right at the top of the nostril holes. Okay. Now let's switch over to red. Boy, he's got some messed up eyebrows. I don't even know where to start. You know what I'm saying, Vern? He's got this. I'm thinking he has a scar across there, but I'm thinking we'll go there. And there. And we're going to go underneath there. Now on the top, his is very, very curved. His arch, if I had to pick it, the highest point would be way out here. All right, now let's try. He does not manscape in this picture. Okay, we got the eyebrow here. We'll go underneath midway. We'll go all the way out. Damn, he's got some long eyebrows. Okay, yeah. Okay, now we got to find the highest point would be there. Now let's go ahead. The only thing showing in the man's mouth is the bottom lip and very little of the top lip. Not that the lip matters because the man's holding a flashlight. Now let's change it to blue just for something different here so we can keep track. Let's do the hairline, which it doesn't really matter because the guy has a face mask on. I'm having to guess where his chin is. I can't even on that one. We're not even going to try. It does come in there, so we will put that there. Not that this has given us much on the outside edge because the guy has the mask on, as I said. Now what we want to do, we've mapped his face. What we're going to do is we're going to, how can I do it? I've got to find a place where I can grab it. Nope, not high enough. All right, I got to make it small a minute to grab it. And we're going to group it so it becomes one picture. Okay? That way when we grab it, in theory, we can move it around. Let's see. Let's make it a little bigger for you. How's everybody doing in chat? Looks like the end if the beard is under the mask. This is a little picture you're comparing. Could be. But I don't think it really matters when it comes to shape of your eyes. A little bit maybe. The side of the face looks consistent. Nurse Oasis says, I'm like him. This case is just making me mad. How could they do this to this innocent woman for any reason? Very, very good. Old picture still looks the same to me. Yeah, I don't know. Careful if you're wrong about this guy. He will sue you for defamation. No, he can't. Paul Revere. He cannot. Let me explain something to you. I'm not accusing anybody. He's in the media. He has been named by media source as a possible prime suspect. I'm checking out possibilities. Just saying. I'm not accusing anybody of anything. Everybody is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. I am not a court of law. I'm sharing my own opinion. I'm not a professional. I am an amateur. Everybody knows it. This is You Form Your Own Opinion Day. As always, do your own research, form your own opinion. All right. Now that we have, anytime we get a troll, we know that that's a good thing. So, because that tells us a lot. Let's grab this picture and let's reduce the transparency to about nothing. And let's line up. Whoops, what have I done? Let me do it this way. Okay, does that grab him? Yes. All right, let's reduce the transparency. Doggone it. There we go. Let's go down to almost nothing. All I want to do is line up the green dots with the eyes the best that we can. They're close. All right. So we've got the green dots lined up, which is the very center of this person's face. And in doing that, the rest naturally has to fall into alignment for it to be a match. So what we're going to do is, did I make it big enough for you guys? Let's move this over though, and then we'll just rematch it. I want it right in the center. Okay, let's grab this. It's not easy to do. We're gonna have to micromanage. Okay. That's about right in the center of the masked guy's eyes. Yeah. Alrighty, dotty. Let's go to nothing. And let's just look for a minute. Well, I can say this. This person's eyebrows would have had, Tommaso would have had to do some manscaping. And here's why. This person's eyebrow starts way back here and ends too short. But then the mask starts, but you can already see we're missing eyebrow right through here where it thins. This also is off here where the guy's eye, in the corner of the eye, it should. Let me go ahead, we'll use a white dot. Let's see, I want a drawer. Let's use a white dot. The guy's mask, here's his eyes. This one matches here, but then this one's way up here. So the eyes, for me, I would have a hard time being locked in on that. They're also quite larger because remember the eyelids of Thomas, which you can open and shut your eyes however you want, but they were right at the edge, and the other person's eyes are very dark. Now the nose, I can't tell because of the mask. And the mouth doesn't matter because the person's holding a flashlight. Let's go ahead, connect the dots around here. And we couldn't tell by the chin because there was a beard, so it doesn't matter. All right, so let's go back in. That's hard to say. But I feel like the dot here, the corner of the eye, is off by quite a significant amount in both corners of the eyes. So it appears to me that Tommaso's eyes drip downward like this, drop downward, whatever you want to call it. Whereas this person's eye is way up here, I'd have to add on another point to get it back up. You might feel differently. You might totally feel differently. Let's go ahead and do some graduation on it and see what that looks like. Come on, man. There. No. Alrighty, dighty. Let me have it. Let me have it. I didn't want to do it this way because it moves it on the screen, but that's okay. Yeah, I knew it was going to move it if I did it that way. Alright. Okay, here we go. Obviously it matches Tommaso. We are going to take the dots off and do a transition as well, so you can do it without. So there's, you see how his eyes are slanted down on the corners, whereas the other person's eyes appear to be slanted up. That's where I'm seeing the main difference with Tommaso. I'm not saying that it's not, and maybe you feel differently. Maybe you feel like it's a complete match. Let's go back and forth quickly. All right, now what I want to do is I want to take the dots off. How's everybody doing? Eyes look like he is terrified. What happens if you rotate Tommaso's entire head to the left? His head is not square to the mask. I can't do that. I can't do that because you can't change the way somebody's looking at the camera. If you flip it, you're going to get the reverse of the eyes, and it doesn't work that way. He's shorter at photo to left, could be. Kelly Press says he's older than his friend, and perhaps because he's thinner may have extra padding under the clothes. Kieran says, I don't think that's a match. I thought Dominic's was a very good match. Dominic's is shocking to me. Angel Mom says, I think the Syl has a longer beard, so maybe why the mask was tucked. But the eye shape and angle looks wrong on this, but the other one is almost perfect. You guys are agreeing. I meant to the right, it would have been his left. I'm not sure, sweetheart. Blue Beefy in the mask guy. The bottom of the face looks lumpy, like there's a beard under there. And both of them do have facial hair. One has a goatee and so forth. Facial hair could be grown real quick. Abba says on the other channels, face not blocked out. Looks like he put same torch in his mouth as he moves to gate to look over and takes out as he walks away. I'll have to look at that. There's something feminine about this person. And they could have a fake mustache, says Nancy. You're right. You're right. No offense. It isn't the son-in-law. Unfortunately, I think it could be her daughter. And I even hate to think of that. Thank you, Janice. All right. I want to take off all the dots, the face mapping. So we're going to ungroup and take Tommaso's away. And we still have it on the other screen. Wait, I want to do it different. I want to leave his face there because it's all matched up. Now, let's just do the walkthrough. Let's just slide. And no face masking. I'm going slow for you. There's a good overlay. That's what he would look like in a mask. And you can see how much of the eyebrow actually would show. A lot. A lot of the eyebrow. Whereas Dominic's eyebrows are much higher. And they would barely show. And you can also see very clearly here, this person's eyelid, the top eyelid, which are really dark in the mask, are not aligning with the shape of TOMMASO'S. Very distinct difference. In fact, I'm going to show you what we're going to do is we're going to screenshot our screenshot real quick so that I can draw on this comparison without having to let go of the button. Let's just throw it on top there, which just got really confusing, right? All right, we're going to use white. We'll use white. In this, why doesn't it let me draw? There we go. In this, you can see the mask's eyelashes are like this. Whereas TOMMASO'S eyelids are very slowly curved, like this. Whereas the mask eyelashes are way up here. TOMMASO'S are not. Could it be his blinking? Yes, but I'm talking about the shape. You can see on the overlay, you can see the mask's person's eyelids are like a little up and then almost like straight over. Whereas TOMMASO'S eyelids are shaped very curved like a crescent. I can't do it. This is not my forte drawn with the mouse, y'all. Yeah, look how I wiggle. You get what I'm saying. All right, let's go ahead, get this off the board. And let's transition one more time because I find that fascinating. So we're going to go from TOMMASO. Train coming through, y'all. See, I see an immediate difference. We go from TOMMASO, and then the mask takes over, right? And it's like an immediate difference in the eyes. Right there to me. Huge difference for me. Two different people in my opinion. Now I'm coming up to top side. See what you say. Allison says, I cannot believe the match you got on the band member. It was spot on. I screenshot all the transition pictures. If you haven't seen it, folks, watch the vid of Mama D previous face mapping. It is, oh. John Wharton says, I did notice in Tommaso's picture earlier that he is more top heavy, and so does the photo show that. Interesting. Janice says, I agree, they're definitely trying to change their appearance. Also appears they were trying to change how they walked. Very, very good possibility. Go Tip says, if it's not Annie and her husband, they sure have had FBI there an awful lot. And Annie hasn't said anything in the family plea video, and also hasn't put out her own plea video like Savannah and the brother did. Excellent points. AMG, would he be a match to the one with the backpack, without the backpack? That'd be a good question. All right, you guys, so I also want to show you this about Tommaso. Now, I can't use this picture because it's not the right angle. But look at Tommaso's eyes, sweeties. Tommaso's eyes are like Mama D's. He got wrinkles. He's an older guy now. But I can't use it to transition because he's completely turned a different way and it wouldn't work. But I personally don't think it's Tommaso. Now, the question is it Dominic Evans? I'm not sure. We face matched. The eyebrows are exactly. Now remember, the dots are from Dominic's. Let's go ahead and transition Dominic's back. This is Dominic's face map, right? Are you ready for the transition? Watch this. The dots are there. That's crazy. Like boom, 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 boom. And guess what? Tommaso has dark eyelashes. All right, now the question really is, and we should question everything, Could it be Annie? I don't know. I don't know. I think we should look at it tomorrow. I do. Let's just do him transitioned. And then we'll go back and do the other. So this is Tommaso. You know what? I could do them both side by side, not at the same time, but let's go grab. Let's just take this one with us up here. Oh, whoops. And let's take these two. Let me move my logo, y'all. Let me put it over here. All right, we've got them side by side so we can transition them. Are you ready? Oh, how small are they? Let's make them bigger for you. How big can I make it? How big can we go? All right, here you go. Tommaso first. And we can leave it where it's an overlay too. Now, let's do Dominic Evans. I'm going to leave him in the same place, and y'all tell me, is that the same place? There it is. Okay, side-by-side comparison. You see what I'm saying, Vern? This is a hard one. You know what I do see right away? Let me draw on this. Do you see the difference? Like, look at this dark spot up here and this dark spot up here. You know why? Because those are the eyebrows on the mask guy. But you see this clearing through here, right? That's because that... But look at this. Watch this. Let me get back over here. Let's get him. There's no difference. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean Tommaso isn't involved. That's right. It just, this particular video is probably not him. Correct. Winston, former bandmate from Tommaso. Don't forget to hit the like button, please, if you haven't already. Much appreciated. Love you guys. The guy writing TMZ yesterday demanded Bitcoin just sent out a new letter today. Yeah. And he's like, I don't think anybody's taking me serious. And then, I don't know. I think it's a hoax. He's saying he has to protect himself because if he rats out everybody, and I don't know. It was kind of weird. Does Dominic have a scar above his lip? Yes, he does. Let's see if we can see it better, though, instead of me just answering you. Okay. What did I just do? Hold on, I gotta fix something. I just messed everything up. Alright, you guys. Does Dominic have a scar on his lip? It would appear so. Let's bring this forward, front and center. I'll show it to you. Drawing. Let's get a different color. Let's get red so you can see it. See it right here? See it right there? Definitely. Did I send this to the FBI? The FBI has facial recognition with computers that are far better than me. Martini Lady says rumor is Tommaso and Dominic haven't been seen for a week, and their band page is gone. Now, I've heard rumors that it was gone the day after Annie went missing, that Tommaso and Dominic Evans, their band Facebook page, poof, gone. I don't know how true it is. Divine Treasure says, wow, true match to me. Tennis time. I thought Annie looked like she was trying to squeeze her tears out on that video. That was a bad acting job. Oh, Linda, you feel Nancy might have crossed over? Okay. You guys, I don't know what you think. Let's get Dominic off the page there. Whoops, I'm putting red dots on people. Don't mean to. Let's fully transition just a couple more times here, because I know somebody's going to ask me to do that. So we're doing Tommaso. The eyebrows are a problem for me. They don't match. And you can't control how your eyebrows grow. You can tweeze them. You can pluck them. You know, but... Interesting. Okay, let's go back to Dominic. Wow, you guys, that's just crazy to me. I can't take it. Okay, let me show you something very specific that's just so telling to me. So this person in the mask, their eye actually curves almost like at the last second. The lashes are bent a certain way. You see what I'm saying? Like the lashes are cool, they're cool, they're cool, but then they get really dark and heavy right at the edges, which gives them that very pretty look. Now, let's go back and transition back to Dominic. And look what he's got. He's got this extra thick lashes on the corner, so much so. I'm not saying Tommaso doesn't have it, but he doesn't seem to have it over on any of these pictures. Like this is very little. And it's way too low. Whereas this dude's got like girl eyelashes, man. I'm just saying. But that doesn't mean it's him. It means it's somebody that may look like him. Oops, I got off the scale. All right, watch the right eye. Okay, wait, let me tell you which eye to watch, because somebody's going to be like, which one's the right one? Well, if you're the guy, it would be the left eye. Watch the left eye. So let me draw where I want you to look. Okay? I want you to look at this eye right here. Let me click off of it. It's not allowing me to draw. Okay. Watch this eye right here as I transition, okay? Okay. It doesn't change. It's just freaking me out. Watch that left eye. Here we go. We're starting to get in the mask. The overlay is disappearing. We're heading toward the mask right there, right? Let's go one more. Do you see how it just doesn't change? It just never changes. Oh my golly. Does anyone believe that Nancy is still alive? What do you guys think? Amy wants to know. I pray, but I don't feel so. In me. Amid me. Hello, lovely. He is older now and gained weight, Dominic. Could be. Just came across your channel. How or what made you hone in on this guy? So, in the Nancy Guthrie case, a lot of attention has been focused over on Tommaso. And that is Annie Guthrie, the daughter of Nancy's husband. And this is his band member. And his name is Dominic Evans. Now, I'm not saying Dominic did anything. He could be completely innocent. I'm just doing comparisons, seeing what we think. Now, allegedly, because it was being told by my AI until yesterday, where it got literally scrubbed from the internet, that Dominic Evans has a criminal history, a criminal past with racketeering, theft, burglary, assault. It's scary. Now, we can't find it. It's like it's been scrubbed off, so I'm curious. Go Tip said they seem like they are a happy family on TV, but let's say Annie was taken out of Nancy's will That would explain why she is silent. Or if Annie and the hub are talking divorce, could it be a motive for him? That's a good question. I have another one for you. What if one of them has a debt, like with some bad people? Maybe they have a gambling problem. It's been rumored on the internet that Tommaso has a huge gambling debt and a gambling problem. Well, what if he couldn't afford to pay? Would they hurt a family member or do something to a family member in order to make him understand that he has to pay? And if that's so, who would be next? You feel me? Like, you still didn't pay it, so why 6 million too? Why 6 million? Why not 5 million, 10 million, 1 million? Why 6? Is there 6 people and they're each going to get $1 million? I don't know. I just find that it could be narco debt. Hi, AI Starseed. Life is strange. I believe Nancy was deceased before all these videos. Staged kidnapping. You could be right. Gail says he has supposedly gray in his hair now. I was told today. Probably. All right, my lovelies. That is all I have for you today. I'm certainly not going to keep you beyond what we have to talk about. There's a lot more in this case, but I'm about to jump over on the next live and pull some cards. And what I'm asking is Tommaso or any of the family members involved? Is Tommaso or any of the band members involved in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie? If that is not your thing, don't worry, skip that next step. And if it is your thing, we're going to jump over and do the time warp again. I want to say thank you to all of you for tuning in. I greatly appreciate your likes, your hypes, your subscription. You can only hype on the replay, but I do greatly appreciate it. And please say a prayer for Nancy Guthrie and Savannah and Cameron and whoever else that loves Nancy. Say a prayer for them all. All right, my lovelies, are you ready? After that, I'm going to hand it all over to the PIs on another live where they're going to ask any question they want in the Nancy Guthrie case. I'll pull the cards, see what we get. It's always shocking, isn't it? I love you. To the moon and back. See you in a few.
From the dust I was born, to the dirt I shall return. When my eyes are closed, in the shadows, my enemies will think they won, but I'm here to stay. Destiny will overcome. No, I am not afraid. Like a phoenix